asked Frans, who's not really the best playmaker in the world, to score a lot of tries, unless they said we want to score 6 more tries and build the innings with our scrums and our mauls, which they do so well. But honestly, guys, from my side, I would have really loved to see that we get that youngster now, hopefully now for the end of the year tour, get the 2-3 fly-offs, let them see in the URC and bring them in. My question is, are we picking the player who's experienced and can fit into the style, or are we saying this is our 5 best fly-offs, this is number 1 can't play, 2 can't play, number 3 you play, and we back you, and we build the thing around you. That's just my viewpoint, and yeah, it's not an easy one.
I think, if, again, just sitting back and thinking, trying to understand Jock and the management, I think the initial plan was actually to go into this championship with 4 fly-offs. If you look at the fly-offs, they had Andre Pollard, they had Damien, they had Alton, they had Frans, and then also Willie covering 10, as a backup and a bailout. And I think the big thing that actually went wrong for them was the injury factor. I don't think they planned for, possibly Hunter getting injured. And they didn't plan for Alton, having to go through what he did. And then also Damien. So I think the injury factor for me was probably something that actually blindsided the Springbok management, up until even last week. We all know Damien had a brilliant last 2 tests at fly-off. But then again, they had Johan Goosen. Obviously, Johan Goosen having to go, to play get some game time at the Bulls. So who else was there in the group? I just don't see that they could have actually brought someone in from the outside.
Why not?
With 3 sessions.
Okay, what happened practically? They went from Australia straight to Argentina. Yeah. So you can argue now we've got our plans, we've got our stuff, we know how we're going to play, we maul, we scrum, we tackle, we win that way. So, but now my question is, why not then the next guy just blooding and bring him in? It's 1 flight from Oliver Tambo, land in Argentina. Yeah. Here's the guy. We might run into problems. Hendricks, is it you? Is it Chris Smith? Is it Mani Libok? You are number 1. You won the URC, by the way, and you were the 10. And you'd never missed a kick almost. So we've got, my point is simple. There is good fly-offs around. It's proven again. Johanny Lombard yesterday as the second fly-off at the Lions. I wonder if he's not far off top honours for me. It's just Mackie. I can understand at a club, at the province, at this thing where you're limited with your resources, you've got so many contracted guys. But we've got to open, we can say this is number 1 to 5 in every position. That's a national team. And that is why I'm saying...
And it's a fair worry. It's a fair worry. I just think, as understanding and knowing and thinking how the Springbok management think, I know they're very conservative with who they bring in. And they would rather back experience and the guys who's been in the system rather than just bringing in new guys. However, in saying that, remember
to what expense though, Jono? What becomes the expense of that?
So remember, we still had an opportunity to win the championship.
Yeah,
the winning champion on Saturday. So would you now go and bring in someone from the outside who's possibly going to expose to the pressure to the green and jersey in the first match, having to play in a game where it's decided, or do you stick with someone that's been? And we've all seen it. Again, the management would rather stick with someone that's been in the system and understand the culture. However, in saying that, I think, Swysy, we might see those youngsters, Lebok, coming through end of the year.
Hope so.
I think that for me, if we had an opportunity to play maybe 2-3 extra games where there was no pressure on, I even think we would have seen the youngsters in the mix. But because the pressure was on from the first or the second test in the Rugby Championship, hence, I don't think they would have seen guys. We could ask the same about a guy like Ruiz. Why wasn't he given opportunity even more? But again, guys taking in the system, having to give an opportunity, backing the guys who's there. I think, again, end of the year tour, we might see more of those youngsters coming through.